Hi, my name is Maria Perry, and this is my video cover letter. So first question, what inspires you about the possibility of working in the entertainment comedy business? Great question. I love the entertainment industry. I ideally would love to work in it in the future. Now, in terms of comedy, I can't say I've ever worked in comedy. Well, a little bit. I've done, in my resume, it's called Take 36, and there's a lot of comedy about um, being a freshman and what it's like. And so we performed this skit with some funny jokes, things like that. And in terms of comedy, I really like Fluffy, the comedian, Kevin Hart, etc. So there is like some comedians I've seen. I'd love to see more of them. But overall, what inspires me is just trying to make it better. I know there's a lot of different variables when it comes to each section of the entertainment business, and I would just love to see how that is different than the other ones. Okay, question number 2. What is your proudest moment thus far in your life? That is a great question. So for me, my proudest moment, or at least the one my mom loves to brag about the most, is probably I completed 300 community service hours in high school. I love giving back to the community, and even now the work I've been able to do has all been related to how can I make people's lives better. And for that specific moment, I was recognized by the president at the time, which was Joe Biden. So, like, on our fridge at home is like a little certificate of being like, this is to recognize Maria Perry for her service to the community or whatever. So, that's a fun bragging right. What are your greatest strengths and biggest weaknesses? Be honest. Okay. I would say my greatest strength, I love multitasking. I'm very, I'm very good at being on top of things and meeting deadlines and, doing the work that, kind of seems, daunting, I guess is the word for it. My biggest weakness would probably be, I kind of hesitate to ask for help because I love being like, oh, I can do this, But, when I'm like, oh, I actually don't know what I'm doing. It takes me, not, a long time, but, a second to be like, okay, we gotta swallow our pride here. We need to ask for help. But that's something I'm actively working on. 4, if someone wrote a book about your life so far, what would the title be? I think the title would be, I like to say I have a lot of life experiences. I have a lot of different events, you could say. Most people would tell me I'm like Barbie when she has all those different jobs, or I've lived a lot of different lives. So it would probably be in that vein of you know how a cat has 9 lives? So maybe the 9 lives of Maria Perry or something. I don't know. A talk with a publicist to figure out how to make that funnier. And then, why am I the best candidate for this job? I think I'm the best candidate because of my different experiences. I know to some people, if you look at my resume and you're like, that's just a lot of random jobs, how does this relate to us? Each experience to me interlaps with each other, and it gives me the knowledge that I wouldn't have if I hadn't experienced them. Being a lifeguard, I was in charge of people, so I had to learn how to coordinate and certify them, and that also taught me how to save lives and CPR. But then I now do archery, so that teaches me hand-eye coordination. And working for CSUN, I did the chair of elections, so a lot of coordinating, a lot of planning, a lot of marketing. and so on and so forth. So each one to me gives me the skill sets I have.